I'm often asked, how come in my videos I don't show any of the failures with my 3D printers? This is Groundeffected. My name is your dad, and you're standing on top of a stool because I can't reach to the printer that's behind me. Now I'm going to show you something that is like a rare unicorn in one of my videos. Now before I show you this next thing, I just want to premise and preface this thing with the fact that I will still and will forevermore maintain that 99% of the time, if you're having a problem with your printer, it's because of you. It is just a machine, and the machine can only do what you tell it to do. If you give it something wrong, don't feed it enough resin, do something that you shouldn't do, it's not going to do the thing. Now as failures go, this is the kind of failure that I will have due to human error because I'm an idiot. We clearly can see I've run out of resin and my print is not done. And that's just because I have underestimated the amount of resin, meaning I have now got a failure. Idiot. Anyway, let me show you how to fix this, by the way. At least this time, I managed to get it to be done without having any issues. What a schmuck I was for not getting enough resin in that freaking thing in the first place. Damn it! Today's video is sponsored by Tanuki Figures, and I already painted Popeye a couple months ago, and so now he needs a friend. Right, so I've managed to make his arms work, at least for now. All I've done, like I said I was gonna do, is happen to glue that arm in, which I'll have to take out now, annoyingly, oopsie daisy. Anyway, this one still works, apparently. Yes, this one still works. This one I need to break out now because I glued it in like a schmo. Anyway, that is how they work. They're just magnetized in there, and I kept his t-shirt as a t-shirt. I feel like this is going to be the most successful way, the easiest way to just paint his shirt, and yeah, that's how I'm doing it. And now that I have all the parts ready to pretty much go, I need to give them a zenithal, and by zenithal what I mean is actually a prom, because I don't know why I said the word zenithal. So if you've ever wondered what you're going to do with all those paintbrushes that you've ruined from sticking them in paint and not cleaning them out, this is exactly what they're good for. Literally shove them into the holes of the drainage and then hang them on your camera, because that's what everybody does, right? That's how hobbies work. And now that I have all these parts curing and drying, it's time for me to tell you about the sponsor of this week's video, Tanuki Figures. And starting from May the 1st, the Platinum Plan rolls out from Tanuki Figures. This will be available at an unbeatable promotional price for only $15 a month, which is actually down from $20 a month. And for the first month, you will receive 27 STL models, 6 welcome pack models, and 9 exclusive new releases, 6 previous freaking release models, and 6 legacy bundle models, plus exciting exciting exclusive benefits. This promotion is valid for new subscribers until May the 31st. Don't miss out on your chance to secure your spot in the Platinum plan with an amazing discount for the first month. Go to the link in the description to go and join Tanuki Figures right now. This is the color scheme, and I have a feeling I'm going to be able to find some of the colors right here. This might be a good one, and probably this. And I am a man of my word, and as I said, I will be testing these Artis Opus brushes out as much as I possibly can over the next few months, just to give you my actual opinion on using them. And for this particular base, I am literally going to use the biggest one that is available in the box. If you can hear the motorcycle driving outside, that is not my fault, and I am not redoing this voiceover. And while I do the task that we usually do by borrowing a brush from our wife's makeup set, I just want to talk about these brushes in particular. The density of the bristles themselves actually makes a huge difference to how the brush reacts when you are dry brushing. Now, I'm probably hurting poor Byron's face by him watching what I'm doing with my dry brush, but I don't care. It actually works really well, and this is the technique I've adopted for using them at the moment. Okay, so now that I have the base pretty much the color that I want it to be, I'm going to paint all the little screws and nuts and bolts or nails that is holding it together, and then I'm going to paint those ropes, and when I'm done painting those ropes, the base will be done. Well, actually it won't, because I've still got to do this stupid thing. What is this called? A laugh, sweetie, a laugh saver. And those little nails are going to be this dark silver from Pro Acryl. For the ropes, I'm going to literally just lay down a layer of deck tan, and then I'm going to use skeleton horde over the top of them, and I will tell you for exactly why I'm doing that. Now, to be totally honest, this is the back of the model. I absolutely hate the look of just a wash or a shade or something just thrown over the top of another color to create some depth, but in this particular case, they are meant to look dirty, and that's exactly what a wash tends to do, makes things look dirty. But it is the most conceivable thing you can possibly do for ropes on the back of a frickin' wooden base for someone like Bluto. So my choice for that particular style was not based on anything other than the fact that I knew we weren't really going to be seeing them too much. Let's move swiftly on to the shoes of this dude, and they are basically just brown. So I kept quite a bit of the black that I had laid as my primer layer, and I sprayed a brown over the top, which was a reddish kind of brown, and then I used a yellowier kind of brown, which is really weird words to come out of my mouth, but I basically then used some darker shades to shade those, and I used the snakebite leather all the way around the rim of the bottom of the sole of the shoe. Then I took a satin varnish and sprayed that over them so they had a slightly different sheen to the material look, other than the pants, which are going to be matte, obviously. I then painted the little buckle thingies and the one lace that he has on his shoe. And for his pants, I took a leather brown, even though the pants are not actually leather, they are technically a corduroy, I would say, and basically sprayed them with a brown. I added a little bit of white into that to give it a highlight, but I did not like the color that came out, so I used some skeleton horde from the bottom in the shadows to make it just a little bit more visually better looking. I'll be totally honest as well, I gave it a yellow glaze over the top with a very thin yellow ink because it just also wasn't bright enough, and I wanted the saturation nice and bright. I then painted his belt with a medium blue, and I used a darker blue to go around the little rim seam that's on the edge, and that's pretty much the pants done. So I only managed to get a little bit done yesterday. Let me show you exactly what I managed to get done. So my next focus is now actually going to be this buoy that needs to go on the back of the base. I'm just going to quickly paint those red bits and the little ropey things, and then it's obviously time to move on to the rest of these parts, which is going to obviously be skin tones. Maybe I might just get a little bit of a layer of some... Why won't you focus? I'm going to be totally honest here. I have recently got a new camera and I have no idea how to use this stupid thing. More importantly, I'm pretty sure I have a lens that is not fit for purpose, and if the purpose is doing what I'm trying to do, and I literally can't get it to focus. New lenses in the post, on order. Please stop unfocusing. Thank you for your great cooperation, and let's get back to regular scheduled content. Now, as I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by the autofocus from hell. Basically, I just need to put some skin tones, and also, I mean, I might as well paint his shirt. I think that might actually be my next step after that, because that puts me so much closer to being done. So, in fact, I'm just going to take it off right meow and put it down so that I know that that is my next step. I'm going to smash on some reds, smash on a bit of a highlight, and put that part together. Then all I've got left is skin tones and a face. Yay! Upon further reflection, I don't think or believe that I have the correct red in any of these bazillion paints around my shop. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely have a red I can use, and I don't like to do this often, but I do have an entire paint rack which I should sometimes utilize in order to learn and test new colors. So this time I'm gonna come and grab me a lovely red, but Carmine red is not the one, mate. It's not the bloody one. Dark vermilion. Ooh. Can you focus? Thank you for your great cooperation in this matter. Dark Carmine, it's going to be dark. Fucking words, man. Also, if I'm being totally honest with you, starting out to film in the morning when it's super early is kind of weird. I still have not gotten used to speaking to a camera in a happy voice, because it's the morning and I'm not happy. And yes, I still have, even though I have a camera, I'm still using a phone, which you might not have believed, but the entire time I've been using this phone, this one right here, to film all of the top-down shots. And also because I couldn't afford a camera before. Okay, so this life buoy thing, whatever you want to call this, saving of the friggin' water drowning people thing, basically it's a pretty simple thing really to do. Paint all of those parts that need to be red, and then just spray a grayish blue color into the shadows, which will put a shadow on obviously the red parts and also the white parts, easy peasy. Then, using the same technique for the ropes, I literally just painted skeleton horde over the top and clipped that into its place. I can come back to the hat, even though it has absolutely no reason to be done right now, other than the fact that it was just sitting and staring me in the eye. I painted the rim around it black and put a dark silver on the two things on the side. I can now move on to the t-shirt, because this is actually one of the easiest parts to paint. I just have to give it a highlight and then come back in and put some black back into the shadows so that it wasn't too grey in the end. Now all I have to do is paint his little butt one, and the butt one is literally painted with deck tan first, so that the color that I put over the top of it next will be nice and bright. That color is going to be deep yellow, and I painted that solidly over the top, but what you don't see is that I sprayed Eandon yellow into the shadow of it, and you can see it now, that little bit of orangey color. I used a black to paint the thread that holds that on, and then I moved swiftly on to starting on those skin tones. And for the skin tones, I always start out with the zenithal. This gives me the highlight area that I want. It also makes this pink color that I put over the top, which I like to call pinkle, because it's not quite pink and it's also not quite purple. This color will be a little bit more saturated and bright because of the white undercoat underneath it. I have now got red ink, and I sprayed that into the shadow. So I just want to mention that we are currently at the part of the video where the skin tones are almost completely laid down, and all I need to do is a couple of final little details, and the model will be done. I would also just like to mention that this model is available for a 50% discount. If you go and check out in the description, that is because Tanuki is cool like that. But for now, I'm just going to lay down a little bit of a brighter skin tone color on top of that skin, and then I'm gonna start to add the final details and call it done. Now with this Sailor Man skin tones, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down the skin tones I've picked out, and I'm going to spray them in a 50% water and 50% paint mixture through my airbrush, pretty much directly from where the sun shines, basically. And where the sun don't shine, I'm going to spray Orcish Dermis up into that. And this is going to help to give me the effects that I want of the skin. However, this is a Sailor Man, and he's going to need to be a little bit darker. So in order to create that darkness, I used Gilliman Flesh in the shadows to make him look darker and more tanned. For his fingers, I used some Deck Tan and basic skin tone mixed together, and I also thinned this to about 50% as well with water in my wet palette, and I painted that over his fingernails. This is to create obviously a different color for that. I can then stick his arms on and know that I am getting a lot further on to completing this model than I was 5 minutes ago. For the beard and the hair, I'm going to just use a flat black. This is from Vallejo, and I'm going to paint that over everything. And I'm also going to thin this a little bit because this will kind of give a bit of definition without having to come back and put some highlights onto it. I'm going to take some fluorescent pink now, and I'm going to spray this across his cheeks and across his nose. Yes, I'm going to go a little bit overboard with this, but I feel like this just makes sense for the character. He probably is a drunk. At least he looks like one. His eyes don't even friggin' open. But anyway, I gave him that blown blood vessel nose look. I then painted his tongue using a pink, and I gave a little bit of a lighter pink to the center of that by dabbing the brush. I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a different color over this later, which is going to be this red blood angels. I don't even know which red it is, but it's quite a thin red, and it does show through the pink underneath, but it's not completely pink, and as you can see, it gives a fleshy appearance. I'm going to use a little bit of a highlight skin color to paint his teeth, and I'm making sure that I leave a little gap in between each one so that there is some definition. And obviously once I have done painted his teeth, I can then stick the hat onto the top of his head, because that's where hats obviously belong, and call this model done. While I was editing this, I didn't even realize this video had made it all the way to 18 minutes. It's another long video, and if you've made it this far, honestly, thank you so much from the heart of my bottom, because I don't even know why you would watch anything for that long. I can't even barely keep my attention span for more than 3 seconds on a TikTok, so I applaud you for sitting here for this long. Unless, of course, you were on the toilet, in which case, if you were, this was a fantastic way to spend your time. However, do wash your hands, and when you're done washing your hands, click the like button and share this video with your gran. I want to say a massive thank you to Tanuki for sponsoring this video, and while I'm giving out the thank yous, I might as well say thank you to my Patreons. And by might as well, what I mean is I really want to say thank you to my Patreons, because without them I wouldn't be able to keep the lights on, and that's no good because I like to have my eyes blinded by the lights of the Patreon. We are now at the end of the video, and this is the part where I tell you, if you didn't like anything you saw, I legit don't care, and you can now kindly